staying here. You're watching Night Flight. And give me just 1 second to get everything set up here. I'm going to play some cool tunes and give people a chance to get in, then we'll get things started. Greetings, Devil Hunter, King of Cleveland! Hey, my flock, good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. I was going to give you a call earlier, but I remembered you said you didn't feel better. So I was going to wait till you felt better. It ought to be an interesting show tonight. Nutty Dan's about 3 shits in the wind. But she wants to be true, 'cause you know sometimes we'll have to meet in a tree by the road. There's a songbird who sings, sometimes all those whiskey. Makes me wonder. Sorry to hear that. Very sorry, Stormy. I did read your comment. I just try not to talk too much when the music's playing. I don't know about tomorrow. I just thought I'd try to survive the show first. You're not cooperating.
Thank you.
Your head is humming and it won't go because you don't know. The Bible calling you to join me. You ready? Can you hear the window? And did you know you stay with lights on there is spring.
At least a couple of people are gonna stick around and watch the show. I don't guess nobody wants to see them little monsters of Halloween. They're gonna be funny ones anyway. And you know what kind of shows I do. I had a cool thumbnail too. And that was the Salon playing the lead-in music. Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here. You're watching Night Flies, and Night Flies takes off. And Night Flies, in case you didn't know, is a show where we do growing show, and people's welcome to drop their links in the chat. If you're new here, just ask one of the people with the really cool little blue wrenches, and they'll drop your link in the chat for ya. And you know, I love to show really cool old TV shows here on Night Flights. And I like to show stuff that's going to make you laugh, stuff you're going to trip on, something you're going to smoke a blunt and kick back on and say, now that was some cool stuff. So I'm not going to waste much time tonight. I'm going to kick back and let the entertainment roll for y'all so I can kick back on a big blunt myself. And while I'm smoking up a blunt, y'all can watch some really cool old classic TV shows from way back in the 70s. I've got my usual suspects tonight, and then I'll show throughout the night a few videos by some other channels, and hopefully somebody will drop their link in the chat because I'm pretty sure I'm way too belligerently high to do that. But I'm sure somebody will get around to doing it, right? I always love a good spot by the sponsors. And may I also mention the fact that my main show on the Danny Dan blog, 13 o'clock live, is sponsored by Ruts. Be sure to check out Ruts.
Wait, Albert, wait. It's all right now. You may come forth.
Ariel.
I did like you told me, Sophia.
Good boy. You are in your human form. Someone might be watching.
Oh, gosh, Sophia, I'm sorry. It's just that sometimes I lose track of when I'm a man and when I'm a werewolf.
I found the one thing we need to remove the curse of the wolf from your soul. You will be a man for all time. And that is what you are. Even as we stand here, a man, do you hear? You are a man. When the moon is round and full and bright, even the gypsy can't always be right. We will use that deserted house for shelter. Then we shall renew our search for the ancient Lupus Baldus amulet, which is the one thing known to remove the curse of the werewolf. Heal!
We're the Ghostbusters. I'm Spencer. He's Tracy. I'm Kong. We're the Ghostbusters. We're clever, courageous, and strong. Your sleep has been haunted with whispers and ramblings. Your blood has been curdled. We know what to do. Your skin has the creepies. I wonder what's happening. You're safe in our hands. We will take care of you. The Ghostbusters. Spirits and demons beware. The Ghostbusters. Wherever you're hiding out there. We know what you're up to. We're ready for anything. We're bold and we're fearless and never afraid. We're always prepared. We're right there with everything. Let us on the job. Trouble soon fade. The Ghostbusters do it again.
Yeah, I made a slight adjustment. Give you the best viewing quality.
Boy, do I know a lot of dogs that like to sink their teeth into this one, huh? You get that thing out of here. Sure, Con.
Hello,
Boy, that's
Brenda.
smart. What does? I got something in my eye. You're kidding. No, it's in my other eye. Why would you like something in your other eye? No, it's still in this eye. Doctor in the family. Don't you see anything in there? Get it out! My eye just got better. I'd hate to see what you do with a toothache. Dick. Yeah. Say, listen, what is with that bone anyway? Well, me and Tracy, we dug it up along with the buried treasure. What buried treasure? Me and Tracy, we bumped into this guy and he sold us a buried treasure bed. And a watch, real cheap, I'll bet too, huh? How'd you know? Well, you two get out of here and go get our next ghost busting assignment.
about us being suckers when we bought that buried treasure map. All we've dug up so far is just this big bone. And this funny piece of jewelry with a picture of a chihuahua on it.
I think it's funny too.
Now, why would anybody want a piece of jewelry with a picture of a bald dog?
Perhaps my trusted crystal ball shall reveal the whereabouts of the ancient Rufus Baldus amulet. What is it? This is no time for play. We must search for the Lupus Baldus amulet. Stop your pouting, and I will buy you one of those newsly towers.
There's the store where we pick up our next assignment. Pull over and stop. I'm glad I didn't tell you to stop short. Now go on in there and get the tape.
Look, Ariel, look! The amulet with the bald wolf on it.
All right, start the tape.
This is Zero, Ghostbusters. The ghost of the werewolf is roaming the land once again.
Pick it up and start it again.
The werewolf is being accompanied by... This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Now, who could the werewolf's ghost partner be?
Well, we know they're holed up in that old house near the cemetery.
Well, I want to know more about what Zero was trying to tell us before we go charging into that old house.
Hello, guys.
Hey, good thinking, Trace. Good. Go check the files for werewolf partners.
Thanks, Mel.
Ghostbusters. When the crystal ball showed them coming here, it did not show us this.
You trying to make a monkey out of me?
What's in there under werewolf partners?
Just the junk that me and Tracy dug up.
The amulet. It is in that drawer.
way we can find the parts missing from Zero's message.
If we only had a crystal ball.
Hey, Trace, go see who that is, will you?
Fortunes told. Get your fortunes told.
How do you like that? We're sitting here talking about a crystal ball and one walks right through the door.
I keep them occupied. You get the amulet from the throne.
Trace, where are your manners? Get a chair for the old bat.
He called her an old bat.
Yeah.
What is it that you would know?
Yeah, well, we want to know about some people.
Oh, hi. Boy, you ought to take something for that wheeze. You got fleas too, huh? Here, try this.
Will you stop bothering me? We're trying to get some information here. All right, so he's got chapped lips. You interrupt us one more time and it's curtains for you. Now you got that?
Oh, Casabal, tell me your secret.
What do you see?
I see a gypsy lady reading a crystal ball.
Not you, you clown. I'm asking her.
I see. I see. A pair of drawers on the right.
A pair of drawers. If it says Camp Gitchigumi on them, they belong to me.
Are you sure that crystal ball is tuned to the right channel? I mean, what about the ghosts, the people that we were asking about?
That's all for tonight.
She's a ghost. Hey, what is it, Trace?
What happened to the stuff that me and Tracy dug up?
You.
Somebody stole the bone.
Aha! Then he's a werewolf. All right, come on, you clowns. Let's go. found? Well, now you match at both ends at least. Come on.
The fools! They are coming here. Perhaps your blundering will not have mattered. Go and greet our visitors. So, you won't go, eh? Fetch. Thank goodness for old Greeks.
What was that? Oh, boy, you must have eaten some rotten bananas today, Trace. Unless I'm sadly mistaken, gorillas do not howl like that. Well, we got a chance. Let's make a break for the old house.
What if the werewolf spots us? He can run faster than us.
He's a ghost, a very old ghost. I mean, if we can't outrun him, bees don't like flowers. Oh, cut that out, will you? Come on. We gotta break it down.
Lucky!
One more try. Oh.
Don't take it back.
Wait, the ghost dematerializer.
He is the werewolf. And Tracy knew it all the time.
The short one! He has the amulet!
What's she talking about? That cheap piece of jewelry we've got in the filing cabinet over the office?
Oh, it isn't great. I got it right here with me.
The amulet, hurry, Albert! I have the amulet!
The ghost dematerializer. We'll send her back first.
When the ghost dematerializer is shining bright, it's time for gypsies to say good night. But listen,
I'll get him. Well, that took care of that, I guess, huh? There you go, Spence. Tracy, Spence. Yeah. Whee, good day's work, gentlemen. Back to the office. It was one of the toughest cases we ever had. Nothing was Be a werewolf as well. I don't ever want to hear another wolf howl in my life. What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. I was just looking at this picture of my girlfriend Mabel. She sent me of her in her new truck driver's uniform. I love you, Mabel.
Damn. Take a big hit right before the new show, Danny. Way to go. Ah. Well, here on Night Flights, we show old shows. We show good stuff. We show stuff from other channels. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. I whooped out the Ghostbusters. Then there's only one other thing I can whoop out that can top
So why don't you
Ghostbusters.
buckle your money belts out there and don't just give till it hurts. Give till.
And you know what that would be? You know, Halloween and all. Something very entertaining. Something cool. Something that my good friend Jason Solo would probably enjoy. Hey, good to see you, Jason. Good to see you, Brenda. Good to see you. All the cool people are out here tonight watching my crazy show. It makes me feel good. Thank you. And once again, this show's called Night Flights, and you never know what you're going to see, so I hope you're over 18.
My name's Walt. I work as night watchman here at Fred's Waxing Den to put myself through criminology college. It used to be very lonely until recently when I plugged in my crime computer. Suddenly, oscillating vibrations brought me three legendary monsters: Dracula, the werewolf, and Frankenstein. Creatures hated and feared for centuries, now determined to make up for their past misbehaving by fighting crime wherever they find it. Together, we're the Monster Squad.
Oh my God.
Less here than meets the ear. You guys weren't really playing. That's a phonograph record.
Gee, Walt, we were only fooling around.
Well, you'll never learn anything that way.
I'm all satisfied. No more goofing off. All right, gentlemen, now take it from the top. A one and a two.
Cut it out, you guys. Come on, watch this. It's a telethon for the most dangerous disease in the world. Something that kills more people than anything else.
What's that, Walt?
Natural causes.
Natural causes?
Natural causes? Well, the more popular diseases were taken by other comedians. So Jackie Joey jumped on this and he's doing a terrific job. Watch.
Hi again, disease fans. This is Jackie Joey, your continuing host and seer host. Welcome you to the third hour of the Natural Causes Telethon. And the money continues to dribble in. Now, this ball may look half full to you, but to me, it's half empty. So why don't you unbuckle your money belts out there and don't just give till it hurts. Give till it feels good. Even as I speak, 10 people per minute are about this scourge of all scourges, natural causes. And now checking the big tote board, let's check and see what the big tote is. The big tote is $450,701. How about that? All right, it's entertainment time again. A new group on the rock and roll scene. Here, ladies and gentlemen, the group called what's the name of your group anyway? Take 'em Up. What a great name for a group. How about a big hand for Take 'em Up?
That's not the name of the group, you 6-foot pile of teeth. That's what we want you to do. These aren't guitars, you square from Bel Air. These are laser beam disintegrators, and we're here to get your guilt, so.
Hey, you gotta do that. Put that money back.
To all you nosy people at home, here's a station break that will really break your station. Hippies are robbing the
You've taken all that money to fight natural
I love this stuff.
We better do something fast.
Exactly. Drac, move your tail for us. Take a flyer. Don't check the street for any speeding vehicles. I am going as we speak. You guys, go in the monster van to the television studio and nose around for clues. Gotcha. I'm gonna get on the computer and see what information I can dig up.
We'll pay you back whatever we can get.
Okay, you guys, time is of the essence. We have got to get that money back so that they can overcome mankind's greatest ailment. Now, hop to it.
Are you really gonna play Madison Rhyme Garden where all the big superstar rock groups go?
Why not? I'm a mellow fellow, a real gone guy. One of these children. Hey, Bobby Reebok. Madison Round Garden. It sounds great, boss. But who's gonna book us there? And Dante, we schooled that fool to the rules of reality.
Well, the fact of the matter is, nobody is going to book us there. The boss has been tossed out of every concert hall in America for disturbing the peace.
And now that I have this money, this lovely lucre, these adorable spondulics, I will book us there. And furthermore, I will hire an audience at $10 apiece to sit there and listen as I play. And they will come to laugh, I know. But they will stay to cheer and huzzah and bravo. Yeah, yeah. And if we get enough money to make people sit through a whole evening of his music. Let's see, what shall I perform to send that audience out beyond the borders of musical wonderfulness? See anything?
A fast-moving convertible heading north-northwest on West 20th Street with 3 suspicious-looking characters and several bags of money.
That just might be them.
Come
You guys find
aboard.
out at the TV studio.
A bunch of lamb chop bones and the unmistakable scent of bow rosin in the room.
What do you think it all means?
Simple. Someone was playing a violin while eating a pet lamb.
That's wrong. You guys find anything else?
I found this floor plan to the Dilettante TV studio. It shows a large
Sorry about that, guys. Don't know what brought that on. Let's have an earthquake here in South Carolina.
Also, on the other side it says Cabaret Plan.
That's a slim lead, Frank. It just might work. Bruce, put that in the instant map analyzer. What does it say? Interesting. The map of this floor plan was drawn by a left-handed person with 6 fingers, and the last known whereabouts of such a person was in the northeastern section of the city at the Lorenzo Music Academy.
Can you get us anything more specific?
Sorry, squad. Men, you saw the wanton and brazen manner in which this heinous criminal robbed the telethon.
Yeah, well, they're all rotten and brazen. It comes with being a crook. There's one thing
No, I'm sorry. It's the fun of doing a live show the way I do them. It's a horrible. I feel like I'm living in 1970 something.
John Cat, what may I do for you? I'm Lorenzo Musica, hippers of the hip. Friends and I are here to take music lessons. And you want me to teach you? I'm Chortle at the thought. Chortle! Chortle! Yes, sir. Our parents. Something very strange going on. Practice your skills, but be slow about it. What's going on, boss? Watch these guys very carefully in there. I smell something fishy. A talking dog. Get to the closet and do it now. Why don't you let me be your manager? We can make millions, you and I. Dog food commercials and do it. Personal testimonials and free collars. Get in the closet. You'd be famous, sure. You'd have all the girls running after you. Even Lassie finally come home and see you. Lassie.
Ew. Put visions in my head that wasn't cool.
You must be in charge here. I have come to take music lessons. Is this Halloween or what? Who are you? My parents told me to come in for lessons. Oh, you told me to play the scale. I've got a drum lesson upstairs I must attend to. Play, Phyllis, play. Well, what were you doing in the closet? The big dog locked me in there for us. He had some fucking hair and bangs and his pointed ears. I heard this guy, boss. He's some kind of crime fighter. He's over there, a great big guy in platform shoes. Yeah, and a hip dude with a pasty face and a cape. Right, boss? Mr. Squad. Of course, that's who they are. They followed us from the TV station. Well, they're not gonna rob me of my chance to appear at Madison Round Garden.
It's like Hollywood Squares made a movie.
Send them! Send them out of this world! You, go back in the closet. Back in the closet? Back in the closet. Seeing you showed such great promise, I decided to give you my stopping at the Savoy Super Groovy lesson in the chamber. So you three young gentlemen, follow me and waddle away.
But I Liberace. The Liberace walk.
I'm gonna give you a lesson you'll never forget. I've got you where I want you.
Oh, come on, guys. At least one of you hit the fucking like button.
I must get to Madison Round Garden where I'm entertaining the masses. I already booked 18,000 people through the Morris William Agency, and they're waiting to see me. I won't forget. It's Drax's voice. And whatever that other cacophony is, it's preventing them from getting through. Hold on, you guys. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm going to try and get through. Let's see. First, I've got to feed Drax's voice range into the computer. Computer, Dracula's voice range. 4 octaves, 26 decibels. You guys, I think I figured out a way to get through. Squad, hold on. What an enormous hit out of me. You actually paid $10 a head to those people? Are you questioning my business acumen? If so, would you like to spend some time in my chamber? To hear and send to Drac, turn voice filter and Dolby Pultec 32 decibels and 120 degrees. Good boy. Voice filter. Dolby Pultec. Drac, can you hear me now? Can you read me now? Walter, I can hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, Drac. I just filtered out my transmission to combat the sound on your frequency. Now I'm going to feed Frank and Bruce's info into the computer. They won't hear the sound either. All right, I've just cleared Frank and Bruce.
It stopped. What? The music stopped.
No, Bruce. It's still going on. You just can't hear it.
We gotta get those guys.
Hold on, men. I'll think of something. Over and out.
We should buy them tickets on the Love Boat.
Be a fondue and good luck. You can come back here and take care of these 3 any way you want. Big. Good. Squad, I've got an idea. Give me the composition of the room and the dimensions. Maybe I can figure something out. All right, Walter. The walls are made of unbreakable lead glass. And so is the floor and the ceiling. It is all 5 inches thick. How about the size? 12 by 8. Okay, just hold on a sec. Hurry up! All right, Swat. According to my calculations, the glass should crack if anyone can hit an E flat above high D. Well, don't look at me. I never got above a D.
You have the highest voice.
I cannot do it.
Drag, are your corns bothering you today?
Well, as a matter of fact, they are.
Hey, which foot?
The right one.
Thanks.
They're free. It would really hinder our efficiency as crime fighters.
He's right. Ribbit.
Almost gone, guys. Time to get a good day's sleep.
What might have been a career in show business, fancy cars, a nice old drafty mansion, ceaseless interviews with Rona Banks, and clutching at our clothes. On second thought, I'd rather just fight crime.
Me too.
Good night, guys. Thanks again. Job well done.
I hope you enjoyed that. That was really cool, I thought. I love the old episodes of shows like that. That's why I showed Ghostbusters, Monster Squad, Land of the Lost, and something. You know, it's like Halloween time of the year, so I really enjoy whipping out stuff like that. I'm really gonna dread it when Halloween's over and Thanksgiving's over and I wind up showing some Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special or something. I probably won't get 2 viewers for that crap, right? But anyway, you know I'm gonna show Monster Squad. And that's the coolest thing you can show at Halloween, right?
My name's Walt. I work as night watchman here at Fred's Waxing Gym to put myself through criminology college. It used to be very lonely until recently when I plugged in my crime computer. Suddenly, oscillating vibrations brought to life 3 legendary monsters. Dracula,
Yeah, they get upset when I show porn.
the werewolf, and Frankenstein. Creatures hated and feared for centuries, now determined to make up for their past misbehaving by fighting crime wherever they find it. Together, we're the Monster Squad. Well, guys, you have a good day?
Well, there were not many children. No, and there won't be many kids here this week.
They'll be at the circus.
I want to go to the circus. It's reported to be a very exciting circus.
I want to go to the circus.
I hear they even have trained wolves there.
Subtlety never was your strong point, Frank.
You know, tomorrow would be the day to go. It's Orphans Day at the circus.
Orphans Day?
20,000 needy children will be the guests of circus management. It'll be the best performance of the year.
Now we have to go. We got a good disguise, fellas.
We could dress up like clowns.
We'd look like the Monster Squad dressed up like clowns.
That's it. On the street, we'd look like ourselves dressed up as clowns. But at the circus, we'd look like clowns dressed up as the Monster Squad.
You see, fellas, I told you I was smart.
Smart. I wish this museum had the extra space you have in your head.
What would you say to a knuckle sandwich?
No thanks.
Here's your ice cream. Do you think that will hold you for a while? My adorable avoirdupois. Where's that half-wit, half-brother of mine?
Sorry I'm late, but my poor, terrible body had a muscle cramp.
There will be 20,000 children at the circus tomorrow. And we're going to hold every one of them for a $10,000 ransom. The city will have to pay us $200 million to get the kids out of here.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea, and I bet Fatso here doesn't think so either.
Kidnap plans have been made, and we're going through with it.
But why 200 million?
That's exactly how much it will take to buy all the toy shops in the United States.
Now I know you're crazy.
What's the first thing the kids do when they see you?
They laugh. Call me Musclehead.
Wouldn't you like to get back at every kid?
Oh, you bet.
This is how it works. We take the ransom money and we buy up every toy store in the country. And then we close them. You know what to do with those alarms that I stole at the hospital. Don't miss one single entrance to the Madison Round Garden. I'll give those rotten kids a show they'll never forget. They don't call me the impresario for nothing. Bonnie, if you weren't so beautiful, you'd make me sick to my stomach.
Come on, we gotta go. I'm coming. I'm just finishing up my makeup. It's very hard to see what you're doing when you cannot cast a reflection in the mirror.
Police cars in areas 3 through 10 proceed to Madison Round Garden.
That's where the circus is.
The ringmaster has demanded that the city pay him $200 million for the release of 20,000 orphans. If the ransom is not paid within an hour, the ringmaster will not hold himself responsible for the fate of the children. Do not try to enter the building. If any attempt is made to save the children, the city will lose a lot more than $200 million.
Not the kids.
That's better. Keep it that way. If you start screaming and crying again, I'll show you what evil lurks in the heart of this man.
It didn't quite look like
You guys, the
20,000.
ringmaster has placed alarms on all the windows and doors. If that alarm goes off, it could be curtains for those kids.
I could break through the wall.
Frank, no. Too risky.
That means we're left out in the cold.
Cold! Bruce, that's it. Drac, you could turn into a bat and soar through the air conditioning.
The last time I went through air conditioning, the machinery broke 3 of my ribs.
But it's our only hope.
Besides, air conditioning makes ice form on my wings. I could crash.
Think how excited those orphans would be if they were rescued by a real vampire. Reporters, pictures, publicity.
On second thought, in spite of grave personal danger to myself, duty compels me to fly. Please give me some room.
Mayor, you have my $200 million. You better have the full amount here in 15 minutes. Don't get any fancy ideas about pumping this building full of knockout gas and getting in that way. An apple or an orange? Of course I'm not offering you an apple, you big gas bag. Just have that money here in 15 minutes. Or else you'll be responsible for 20,000 children failing their classes in school.
20,000.
Those brats will fail in school because I have a small mechanism that will release an enormous cloud of stupid gas. That's right, stupid gas. Every one of those children will be a dum-dum. So if you don't want those kids to lose their smarts, you better have that money right over here. Get some of your rich friends to help you. Everybody knows how you got into office.
Bravo, Joe. It was nothing. I simply did my duty as any other public-spirited, modest, brave, heroic... Well, reporters. Later, Drac. We have work to do. Gotta make sure those kids are all right. But the photographers, the autograph seekers, where is my public? On it. Frank, stop the arms. Good work, Frank. I better check on those others. We had better find the ringmaster. Over there! Not that way. How? I'll see if I can sniff him out. Not even one hero worshiper. A fawning sycophant.
This little powerhouse will be my revenge. When those kids get a whiff of that gas, they won't know what 2 plus 2 makes.
Is there enough gas in there to affect all of the kids?
Enough to turn everybody in the building into a splintering idiot.
Why don't you set it, hide it, and let's get out of here?
Quit thinking, dimwit.
Not so fast, you big top fatty. We have come to stop your pernicious plot against those tiny little dots.
It's people like you who give kidnappers a bad name. That's smart.
Let go. Let go of my worries. Take those pathetic intruders into the animal tent.
Okay, boss.
There's only like 6 kids, and it's supposed to be like thousands.
Hey, the show's gonna start any minute. Lions and tigers and bears and all the lions. Hey, kids, I think I hear the circus band playing.
It's a great arrangement. I spin the wheel of misfortune, and wherever she stops, you lose. The wall of bars between you and the lion will rise, and you can visit with the lion. And like all my great ideas, it's simple and flawless.
Take care of the bars, Frank.
someone carelessly forgot to feed the lion for the last 2 days. The thing must be famished.
That ferocious feline has formidable fangs.
Can't you guys move back any farther? I'm lighting a light on fire.
Oh, stop growling. They want to build us eating garlic. And you know what that has to means. Hey, kids! Hey, sit down, kid! Sit down, kid! Children! Hey, kid! Hey, how many kids do we have here from El Segundo? Hey, kids! Now I'm gonna do one of my favorite numbers for you. 7. Look at that, kid.
What time does the stupid gas go off?
In 2 minutes.
Where did you hide it?
You know how I play fair. I hid it so the 3 weirdos could find it and dismantle it if they care to.
You mean it's in the cage?
I mean, it's on the lion. The bomb is on the lion. The lion is about to eat the 3 weirdos. And 20,000 orphans are about to become dumber than a donut from the stupid gas. That's about everything.
Maybe the stupid gas will make the lion too dumb to. Oh well. It's always darkest just before this time.
Be quiet! Silence! Be still! Hey, kids, I'm sorry. Shut up is very rude. And I never use it. Please,
Shut the fuck
forgive me.
up.
But, kids, you gotta be quiet. Hey! How about a story? Yeah, okay. How about John and Mary go to the circus? How about the Brothers Karamazov?
Look at
side-by-side show. 3 of them, rather ordinary. But the one they call Walker is a real freak.
That makes me so mad I could rip the bars out of this cage.
Don't try to get out. The lion remembers what you did to his man. How's everybody, okay? Good work, you guys. Let's go home.
Goodbye, Kit Kat.
Bruce, take a number and call it a phone. Another case brought to a successful conclusion by the Quixotic Quartet. Once again, the city owes a debt of gratitude to the Monster Squad. They prevented the kidnapping of 20,000 children. As a curious sidelight to the case, the orphanages report an unusually large number of stomach aches among the children.
The best part is when Walt broke the bomb and stopped the clock before it could touch this little red button right here.
Frank got a whiff of stupid gas. If it turns intellectual people into morons, what will it do to him?
Presidents of the United States are Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe. Hey, fellas, this gas may turn geniuses into dum-dums, but it's made me smart.
So if you really enjoyed that, let me know in the comments below. If you found it obnoxious and irritating and stupid, let me know in the comments below also. I'm interested in what you think. I really am. So I'm going to move things right along tonight, on Night Flights. I like to show channels from the Good Stuff community. I like to spotlight other people in the community. Hey, Sarah over at My Flock is Everywhere, do me a favor and drop my friend Thrash Pondo Pond's link in the chat. I'm going to show something he did a while back, and I hope you enjoy it. And he was kind of doing something like I do on the Daily Damn blog once in a while, where I review a comic book. He was checking out Mad Magazine, and I thought it was some awesome stuff. I don't know how y'all feel about Thrash Pondo Ponds, but I like him. He's like my good stuff, buddy. One day when we ever get our shit together, we got a little show planned.
Why, good morning, YouTube. Thrash Pondo here, and I have a special friend of the channel request. Yes, it seems when I was doing my expose on my Mad Magazine issues, a very good friend of mine, Mr. David Sundstrom, said, you know, you really should have at least opened one of them and provided some of the content, not just the gloss over. So, at his bequest, I've decided to do one at his choosing. This one is the one spotlighting what is arguably Dustin Hoffman's second least well-surviving movies, Tootsie, which I will now begin with at the beginning. Well, the beginning is actually a table of contents and some advertising, so we'll skip those off. And before I go forward, I really should say this magazine is from every bit of 40 years ago. So I must apologize in advance for anything that may be seen by some as sexism, racism, gender bias, Joan bias, or anything else people might find offensive. That being said, I will now press on, and we open up with the title piece, Tootsie Roll. Get it? Dustin Hoffman is trying to get a role. And we see here a lot of shenanigans involving he and his friends. And Bill Murray is the out-of-work actor, bite my tongue, the out-of-work writer, whose big joke is he can't write. It's not from writer's block, it's just that he pawned his typewriter. This is the day before word processors, or even computers by that forte. But we skip forward, and here you see there's always little in-jokes in these. For example, Jessica Lange appears in the fist of a giant monkey, a reference to her earlier work in the questionable reboot of King Kong. Oh, and it's finally revealed that not only in this version at least is Dustin Hoffman in drag, but Bill Murray too was in drag, and it was actually him playing Jessica Lange, only they still decide to give their relationship a shot. Moving forward, picture signs for all locations. Like, for example, this one here is bathrooms where they say incompetent mechanic on duty, dirty bathrooms, and questionable tests on the pump labels. And it goes on with some more restaurants that are overpriced and offer very small servings, for example, problems in nuclear power plants, problems in doctors' offices, and whatnot. We then go on to another segment, which is little known and really diagnosed mad ailments. Wouldn't that be mad-olities? Well, I'll work on that. But anyway, some of them are pretty cute, like the slow ketchup sleeping sickness, or the infamous insufficient tip skull fracture. Oh, if it was only that easy. We then move forward to the lighter side, which is everyday occurrences with a funny outcome. Personal favorites include this one here. A kid gets caught shoplifting by a humorless manager. He then offers to pay for the merchandise, but wants a discount. Why, you ask? Well, because after all, it is stolen merchandise. Wish I had thought of that when I was a teenager. And a few more here. Young man telling this gentleman with a sports car, gee man, I wish I could afford a car like that. And the guy saying, yeah, so do I. And moving forward. This is a cute one. It's the evolution of the situation comedy. Or should I say the de-evolution. And I will explain further. I won't read each one to you, but I'll just kind of give it an overview. It starts off simply enough. The sitcom in question, which is picked up, is called Idle Hours, and involves three young men in Kokomo, Indiana, in the 40s, and the various shenanigans they get into during their idle hours. In the second season, it's decided that they need somebody to kind of spice it up, so they add one of the main character's cousins, who is an escaped murderer. Really? They then move forward. Oh, but look, by season 3, one of the stars has decided that he needs to quit the show to become a truly terrible rock and roll musician. So they pick up the slack by inventing another character. It's his up until now off-screen younger brother who now picks up the slack. And I call that the Uncle Jack phenomenon. Never gotta fill in the gaps when necessary, but it never really works. By the fourth season, these high school seniors have finally graduated. Can you say Dawson's Creek? Yeah, we were just talking about that on one of our live streams. And so they go off to college, and instead of the pool, the bowling alley they worked at, they now move into a seedy pool hall as their after-school job. Just trying to make it edgier. This doesn't particularly work, so what do they do in the fifth season? They start with the cast member weddings. Oh, that's always a way to try to pump life back into show. And of course it doesn't work, so what they do, they add the couple adopting a war orphan. Then just to spice up with more children, they turn the place into a boarding house with a bunch of children. You say just the 10 of us. As it doesn't work, they go back and they have another cast member wedding in the 7th season. The look of disapproval on the clergyman's face, I think, says it all. But again, they're really scraping the size of the barrel. Moving on to 8th season, where they all decide to pack up and move to California, and then breathe even more life into the show by having celebrity guest appearances. None of these things ever work. I can think of many shows which have tried all of these tactics, and they always fail. And ultimately, everyone either gets a spin-off or ends up getting canceled in the last days of the series. I thought that was kind of clever, actually. This is a cute one. It's actually Find All the Things Wrong in This Picture, and it's a high school prom. I won't read them all to you, but there's a couple cute ones. Like, for example, here, kids looking for a drug connection, but nobody in the entire prom is holding. And there's a couple others. A couple young ladies are both wearing the same dress, but still are having a good time. We then move on to the Dark Crystal sort of parody, and these are just strips, so that there's not one continuous story. Some of them are cute, some of them not so much. Here we see the contraption she has for studying the universe is actually a timer for her Mr. Coffee. Here we see the wizardess is actually using her roving eye to cheat on an eye exam. That type of thing. It's cute, not incredibly clever, but anyway, moving forward, there's one where when the suns light up, they decide it's time to go sunbathing. And of course, that much heat, when he tries to reattach the crystal, he gets burned to a crisp. Ooh. But anyway, moving forward, we then go on to a parody of, well, it's a state college of adulthood training. And how are they training these young adults? Well, not with on-the-job training, more like social training. Things like courses on how to be a good parent by simply refusing to listen to any reason, or cheating on your taxes, or any number of other unethical things that adults do. It's basically an indictment of middle-aged people. And parts of it are cute, but I'm not going to bother with it. I'm going to move forward to Oh, look, Mother Goose from around the world. Now, remember when I mentioned various cringy things? These are just nursery rhymes that make fun of other countries, or should I say cliches of other countries from the time this is written in. So I'm just going to skip this one. This is pretty cute. It's a high school bulletin board, but it's a high school bulletin board with very funny little quip posts. Particular favorite here, someone has lost a tarantula and is offering a reward to either the person who finds it or their next of kin. Moving forward. Here we see some instant replays that we could have done without, like a chess champion moving one of his pieces, or an umpire deciding on whether or not to call the rain delay when he's up to his ankles in water, and so on and so forth. And then we move forward to a parody of Give Me a Break called Give Us a Break. As this is basically a main character being a lady of color, being a domestic, I'm going to skip this altogether, as it's, shall we say, dated by today's standards. If you like the show, that's fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and, look, one of my favorites, Spy versus Spy. This is a rare one. In this case, any of you who are familiar with Spy versus Spy know that the spy in white almost always wins. In this case, the spy in black has come up with a new secret weapon. He fires off at what turns out to be a decoy by the spy in white. But lo and behold, it has a little shoe which drops out a second cannonball. So he takes out not only the decoy, but the spy in white too, and it's a twofer. Ah, very good. Oh, and now these panels are something people used to. I would never bend mine. I would actually bend one in the newsstand to find out what it was. But I've made the supreme sacrifice for you folks and decided to bend this one just so I can show you what it was. In this case, they're talking about how kids can afford student loans. And when you bend the photo together to reveal what the hidden message is, basically what happens is the students are in fact praying for financial aid in order to get into college. Clever, clever. In any event, that was one in my Mad Magazine wretched recap extravaganza, expose, continuing saga, whatever you want to call it. If you want to see more, I'd be happy to give you more. If not, I'll move on to something else. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. Peace.
That's my friend, Thrash Pondo Ponds. Be sure to check him out. You'll find his link in the chat. And a while back, about 7 months ago, we did several of these magazine reviews, kind of videos like that. And I really enjoyed them greatly. You should definitely check them out. And I have no clue what I plan to do next. I really don't. Okay. We're going to check out my friend Ian over at Retro Serial. He came out with this really cool video a couple of days ago. So I know I hadn't showed it on this show yet, and you probably hadn't seen it judging from the amount of views it got. But we'll drop this link in the chat too, and you can check out my friend Ian over at Retro Serial. As he's talking about one of the more recent shows, he's talking about Frasier, and I thought it fit right in, even though I try to do more back in the day stuff like the 70s, and when I'm on this show on Night Thoughts, I try to show some comical stuff, but I'm going to change it up. I'm going to show other stuff. I'm going to do horror movies and all kind of stuff. It's not going to be old fun stuff from the 70s forever. Just through Halloween, I thought it'd be fun to show cute stuff like Monster Squad and whatever. But anyway, this is my friend Ian over at Retro Serial. And he's talking about Frasier, and I love that show, Frasier, and I hope y'all like it too.
You didn't know about Frasier next on Retro Serial.
You can live without your dance, though, Ian.
I'm Ian C. You're watching Retro Serial. Frasier appeared on NBC in 1993 and ran for 11 seasons until 2004 when it was taken off the air. It had 264 episodes to its name. Frasier starred Kelsey Grammer, David Hyde Prince, Jane Leeves, Perry Gilpin, and John Mahoney, and more. And while you may have already known all of that, you might not know these 5 facts. But before we get to today's episode, would you please do me the honor of hitting that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this on your favorite social media. Those 3 things right there are free for you to do, and they mean the world to us here at Retro Serial. If you want to know when these things come out, please hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single episode. And if you want to take your dedication to this channel, so to speak, a step further, you're more than welcome to follow the links below to our Patreon page, where you'll find 2 levels of support. The first level is the Cornflake Club, which is just $3 a month. It's a tip jar saying, hey, we like what you're doing over there, please keep it up. But if you want to be on the Insiders Club, you have to join that Honeycomb Hideout. It's $5 a month, but with that you get most all videos and most all podcasts at least 1 day in advance. At least advanced enough so you can say, hey, I saw it before all you saw it. I'm a Retro Serial snob. If you don't want to have somebody taking money out of your account every month, well, I understand that. We also have a one-time donation availability for you at our Venmo page, which is at @Singularity_production. Both those links are in the description below. And now, with that said, let's get to our 5 facts. Coming in at number 5, the show that almost wasn't. We all love Frasier. Frasier is about noted psychologist Frasier Crane, who has an on-air call-in show in Seattle. Most episodes revolve around his off-air relationship with his brother Niles, who is also a psychologist. His father, who is a retired wounded police officer, his father's physical therapist, who they all kind of clash with from time to time, and Frasier's producer Ross. But it was almost a very different show. Kelsey Grammer had a deal with NBC before Cheers was taken off the air, but he was really tired of playing the role of Frasier Crane. So instead of it being Frasier in Seattle, it was going to be set in Denver, and he was going to play a paralyzed entrepreneur who ran his business from his apartment and regularly clashed with his physical therapist. You can see it would have been a very different show. And here's a bonus fact for you. The role of Ross was originally going to go to Lisa Kudrow from Friends, but they decided in the end that she was already well known from Mad About You, and Friends was getting off the ground at the time as well. So they made the switch there, and the person who played Ross was actually going to play Daphne. So there's a little switcheroo there as well. So it was almost a very, very different show. And coming in at number 4, the most popular cast member. Who was the most popular cast member? Well, that can be difficult to determine unless you're going by who got the most fan mail. And who got the most fan mail by far was Eddie. Yes, the dog Eddie. He got the most fan mail, making him, in my opinion, the most popular cast member. Actually, Eddie was played by 2 dogs. The first one was Moose, who retired after season 7. He just couldn't do what he did in those first 7 seasons, and when they realized Frasier was going to go on for a while, they realized they needed to make a replacement, and they replaced him by Moose's own son, Henzo. Unfortunately, both dogs have passed since the end of the show, Frasier. I loved Eddie. I mean, he was awesome, and I think he stole the show in many of those scenes. I don't know if you agree with me or disagree with me. Leave it in the comments section below. Also, who was your favorite cast member in Frasier? Let me know in the comments section below. But I gotta go with the fans on this one. I gotta go with Eddie is the best cast member. Coming in at number 3, Frasier Crane in 3 different sitcoms. We all know Frasier Crane was a staple character on Cheers, and of course we know the character from Frasier itself. However, did you know that Kelsey Grammer played Frasier in another sitcom? Yes, he was on an episode of Wings. The character Frasier Crane lands in Nantucket for a seminar on psychology where antics ensue. I'm not going to get into the actual episode here, but it's interesting to note that he played Frasier in 3 separate sitcoms, and by the way, he is the only actor, as far as I know, he's the only actor to be nominated for an Emmy for playing Frasier Crane in 3 separate sitcoms. He was nominated for Wings, he was nominated for Frasier, obviously, and he was nominated in Cheers. Very interesting. Did you know that? I didn't know, and I haven't actually seen the episode of Wings. If you've seen that episode of Wings, let me know in the comments section below. Coming in at number 2, the callers are famous people. One of the regular scenes on Frasier is his interaction with his call-in guests, but did you know that those voices are famous people? The list includes people such as Elijah Woods, Kevin Bacon, Ben Stiller, and many, many more. Even Tommy Hilfiger is a voice of one of the callers on Frasier. I didn't know this. All 137 famous people who call in are listed on IMDb. Did you recognize any of these voices? I certainly didn't. But if you did, leave it in the comment section below. And coming in at number 1, what's that theme song all about? The ending theme song to Frasier, titled Tossed Salad and Scrambled Eggs, was written by Bruce Miller and performed by Kelsey Grammer. Bruce was given strict instructions not to refer to anything in the show. He couldn't refer to Frasier, he couldn't refer to Collins, he couldn't refer to psychology. So what was he to do? Well, I don't know why they forbid him to do those things, other than I think they were trying to stay away from that typical trope theme song where the theme song of the show basically describes what the show's about. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. If you know why they forbid him to write anything about the show, please leave it in the comment section below. I would really like to know. So instead of being direct, he played off metaphors. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs referred to crazy people or people who need some help. And I Hear the Blues of Colin refers to people calling into the theme show. And Kelsey Grammer, I thought, did a marvelous job. Did you know what that was about? Well, I did. Obviously, those metaphors are pretty simplistic on the front. You can tell what he's getting at there. But I actually loved the theme song to Frasier, the ending theme song, that is. All right, well, now it's your turn. What fact did I leave out that you would have kept in? What fact about the 5 facts that I shared did you like the most? Anything you want to add, please leave it in the comment section below. And please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification, follow the links below.
That's my friend Ian over at Retro Serial. You'll find his link in the chat. Be sure to check him out. And it's Halloween, and that's my favorite time of the year. You know, I really wished I could get more power out of my little telephone so I could do longer shows. I love showing all my cool friends' channels and all the cool stuff they doing. And I wouldn't be doing a good stuff show if I didn't check out my friend Pat McCormick. And I'm going to show something he's done lately, since I haven't played none of his music tonight. And I always like to highlight Pat. Let me give a special shout out to Dave Sunstorm. Hey, next week I'll probably play some Dave Sunstorm stuff, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on tonight. It's getting close to the time I usually get that. Oh, you're running out of power, son. Even though I like to try to do around 2 hours. This is going to be...
First film, Citizen Kane.
This is going to be my friend Pat McCormick with his Halloween Contra compilation of retro TV videos from his channel. And this is to highlight my friend Pat, so be sure to check out his channel. His link will be appearing in the chat shortly, I am sure.
Classic TV fans, if you recall the classic TV show Bewitched, then of course you know who Agnes Moorehead is. Who could forget her iconic role as Samantha's manipulative witch mother, Endora? But prior to Bewitched, Agnes had established herself as a movie star. She had a role in Orson Welles' first film, Citizen Kane. Wells then gave her a role in his second film, The Magnificent Ambersons, which earned her an Oscar nomination. Her film work also earned her a spot as an MGM contract player. She also had an extensive and highly in-demand dramatic radio career. In the 1950s, she had a part in the movie Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte. This earned Agnes yet another Oscar nomination. Moorehead guest starred on many of the classic TV shows. She won an Emmy for a part she played on The Wild Wild West. For me, one of the best examples of Agnes Moorehead's acting talent was in the Twilight Zone episode, The Invaders. She was the only actor and had no dialogue. Now that's what I call a talented actress. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. In 1969, Sid and Marty Krofft's H.R. Pufnstuf hit the CBS airwaves, and a truly unique cult classic kids show was born. I think most who remember it would agree that the breakout character was that of Wilhelmina W. Witchy Poo, played by actress Billie Hayes. Reportedly, Hayes wasn't the only one up for the role, as another actress by the name of Penny Marshall, that Penny Marshall, also tried out. Even though only 17 episodes were made, Billie Hayes as Witchy Poo on the rocket-powered broomstick, the Vroom Vroom. And her perfect witch cackle lives well in the memories of many fans. Ironically, while filming Pufnstuf, Hayes got an opportunity to play a primetime witch in the 238th episode of What Else? Bewitched. On the 1976 Paul Lynde Halloween special, Billie reprised her Witchy Poo character, although uncredited, playing the sister witch of the original Wizard of Oz star, Margaret Hamilton.
must have been a different sister. Hayes also has a huge legacy in voice acting, appearing in such films as Nightmare Before Christmas, Shrek 3, Disney's The Black Cauldron, as well as multiple popular cartoons over the years. In 1984, she founded the organization Pet Hope to care for and find new homes for abandoned animals. So in contrast to Billie Hayes' on-screen portrayals, instead of a wicked witch, she can easily be called an animal angel. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. The original Lost in Space utilized many scary alien monsters. Although a few were a bit on the cheesy side, many were quite well designed and downright terrifying. Their eerie sound effects, screams, and howls had a strong impact when mixed with the intense musical soundtrack of the great John Williams. And certain ones really spooked me as a young viewer, so here I've assembled my top 5 scariest ever. Number 5 was the Moss Man creature with the glowing amber eyes from episode 36, titled The Android Machine. At number 4 was that two-headed seaweed monster from episode 12, The Raft. It was just perfectly alien. Number 3 was that menacing robotic crab-like thing from episode 10, entitled The Sky is Falling, oddly reminiscent of a canister vac. Number 2 was the green monster from episode 41 called A Visit to Hades. Tim Burton may have been inspired for his Mars Attacks aliens by this guy, but my number 1 scariest was that menacing mummy-like creature from episode 11, Wish Upon a Star. Dr. Smith got much more than he wished for on this one. Its featureless face and muffled moans were truly frightening. Well, as for Lost in Space, those are my top 5 scariest creatures. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. The Addams Family ran for 2 seasons and 64 episodes, and for me, the funniest one of all was number 13, entitled Lurch Learns to Dance. This one really shows off the comedic talent of Ted Cassidy as Lurch. His character receives the annual invite to the Butler's Ball, which of course he never goes to. Morticia fears he may be becoming reclusive, or worse yet, not normal. That never crossed my mind. Well, the root of the problem was really he just didn't know how to dance. After a disastrous effort to utilize a dance teacher, Wednesday and Morticia make futile attempts to help, which results in broken furniture and Lurch's strained back. But it was actually Gomez that succeeded with him with what else? The tango! At the ball, a mysterious masked beauty, Morticia in disguise, joins him in a tango dance contest. Apparently, Lurch never knew it was her, and proudly he brought home the first place trophy. In episode 63, titled Lurch's Grand Romance, the famous butler continues his boogie lessons, later achieving internet immortality alongside his co-star Lisa Loring with the wildly popular The Wednesday Dance. Ted Cassidy took his skills one step further when in 1965 he performed The Lurch on the ABC show Shindig. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Route 66 was known for being ahead of its time, and it also influenced some other shows that came later. For example, Run for Your Life, Then Came Bronson, and Moving On. The show touched on many dramatic social issues, but it could also be light and comedic. And there was one such episode named Lizard's Leg and Owlet's Wing. It guest starred Peter Lorre, Lon Chaney Jr., and Boris Karloff. And what was really great was that 2 of the classic Universal monsters made their on-screen return. Yep, in full makeup, Lon Chaney Jr. as the werewolf and Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster. Although it had been decades since they wore the costumes, they still pretty much resembled their original characters. And if you watch the episode, especially Boris Karloff. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Night Gallery ran from 1969 to 73 for 43 episodes. Reportedly, Rod Serling conceived of the show while still working on The Twilight Zone. Reminiscent of his former classic, the intro of each episode had Rod portraying a gallery curator. He then gave us a private showing of paintings featuring frozen moments of the nightmarish tales you were about to see. On November 8th, 1969, the pilot episode of Night Gallery aired as a made-for-TV movie trilogy. All 3 of the stories were written by Serling himself, but they were directed by 3 separate directors. The Cemetery, directed by Boris Sagal, Father of Katie, starred one of my favorite actors, Roddy McDowall. His character's evil deed haunts him via an ever-changing family portrait. Barry Shear directed Escape Route. It starred the Tony Award-winning actor Richard Kiley as a fugitive Nazi soldier haunted by his past transgressions. The third one, titled Eyes, starred movie legend Joan Crawford in one of her final acting performances. She plays a blind woman surgically given a 12-hour ability to see. Crawford is reported as saying that although having to work with a 21-year-old director initially horrified her, once she began to work with him, she slowly undoubtedly had a brilliant future ahead of him. Obviously, Joan knew what she was talking about, as this was the directorial debut of a man named Steven Spielberg.
That's my friend Pat McCormick at the Golden Ranger TV. You know, my friend Pat also provides the theme for 13 O'Clock Live. Pat McCormick is a very talented musician. I don't know if you ever got a chance to check out some of Pat McCormick's musical talent, but you definitely should check it out. And just to give you a taste, since we're doing Pat McCormick stuff, and I'm hollering out my friends, and Pat McCormick is definitely one of my really good stuff buddies. He's one of my good stuff friends. Like I said, he lets me use his music in my shows. So as it's getting about time to finish out, let's jam out with some Pat McCormick. I haven't played much music tonight. And I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight, especially my flockies everywhere, Sarah, Brenda Hawkins, Lucky Smith, you know, the real cool people. Sunny Stormy, I hope everything works out with your little precious pets. And you'll find Pat McCormick's link in the chat. Be sure to check out Pat. The Golden Ranger TV. You know, Pat was also one of the stars of the soap opera General Hospital. And everybody be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Happy trails.